Hi, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations, and I am here to show you this 1977 Sanyo Comet 2 Pachinko machine that you may be considering buying. This is a fully restored, fully functional Pachinko machine, unlike most of the other Pachinkos that you do see on eBay that haven't gone through that process. I do a full restoration. So everything that you see on this machine has been taken off the machine, thoroughly cleaned. It's either been then waxed, polished, buffed, shined to bring it back to as close to original as we can get it, and then it's all reassembled. So if you take a look at again, the plastic comes off, gets cleaned, waxed, the nails get pulled out, those are put into a tumbler and so that they're bright and shiny again. All of the wood, both on the back of the machine and the frame, gets sanded down. The frame, this outer frame here that I'll show you when I turn the machine around, is actually red mahogany. It's a beautiful wood. It was very popular and plentiful in Japan back in the 70s when these were built. Not so much today. It's getting much more rare. The frame is been all polished up. The chrome is nice and clean. There's no rust. There's no damage to the play field anywhere. Some of the machines that you may see would look like they have dark spots on the play field. That's water damage. This machine doesn't have any of that. Everything has been disassembled. These have all been taken out. All of the brass pieces, they're polished. They corrode, so you have to get in and clean them. Every one of these little pivot brass pins are cleaned and polished back up so that everything works smoothly. So that's pretty much the front of the machine. I'll turn it around and show you the back, and then we'll load it up with Pachinko balls and show it to you in action. Now this particular machine is in its original cabinet, but it does not have any feet or other kinds of stabilizing mechanism on it, so it's tippy. So when you get it, you're going to want to cut some boards or something and screw them onto the bottom to give it some stability, or build a deep frame that can be mounted on the wall and mount the whole unit right into the wall. So if you notice up here, there is a 9-volt connection. There's only 2 lights on most Pachinko machines. Only 2 lights necessary. If any Pachinko machines have more than 2 lights, it's just there's extra lights for show. 2 lights, and I will plug this in and show you the lights that are important. On this particular machine, both of the lights are right up in this area here. The upper one that's now lit, I think you can see it, is telling the operator that there's not enough or no Pachinko balls in the machine, which is the case. There aren't any balls in the machine right now. If you do purchase this, I recommend that you get 300 to 500 Pachinko balls. You can get them right on eBay. Just do a search on Pachinko balls, do a filter to least cost plus shipping. Get them as cheap as possible. They're all the same. There's no difference in the Pachinko balls. So here's a tray full of Pachinko balls. You simply grab a handful and start to load the upper hopper. And eventually, if you watch that light, when I get enough balls in the hopper, it puts weight on this piece right here, which then comes down and closes this switch, which then makes that light go out. So that's the way it's supposed to be. This arm also raises up a gate in here that allows the balls to go through the front of the machine. So when that light comes back on and enough balls get out of here, this would again shift the weight and it would put a gate down and not let you play. So right now There's plenty of balls in here. They run down through here, come into the turnaround in a double row, and then drop in on either side of the jackpot chamber. There's 7 balls on this side and 7 balls on this side. So when the machine actually activates, it will dump 14 balls out the front as a prize. So that's the jackpot chamber. This is called the seesaw chamber, and there is a piece of white plastic in there that right now is tipped like this. It should be tipped like this, and you simply push up on that. That's the starting position. So now it's exaggerated. It's tipped like this. So when a winning ball comes into the mechanism, it goes down to the seesaw chamber. The weight of the ball tips it and lets it drop out. It'll drop into this tube, if you will, right here. The weight of the pachinko ball makes this arm drop down. As that arm drops down, it pushes this arm up, and then that activates the jackpot mechanism to let the balls out, and then the whole thing recycles. So there is a switch here that when this arm goes up, it lifts up, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but that light is now lighting in the upper corner because that's the signal that you've actually won a prize. So that's the back. Again, you can see it's super clean. There's no rust. The wood's been this has all been sanded down nice and smooth. There's no dirt on it. It's been polyurethane, so it'll stay dry and won't warp on you. This would be set right here. Losing balls exit the machine out of this area, and the one winning ball exits out of the machine right here. So you need a catch tray right there to catch the pachinko balls, and I'll include this one with the machine for you. So let's turn it back around. I'll show you the machine in action. They do get pretty heavy with the pachinko balls in them. The machines themselves weigh about 45 pounds, and then with pachinko balls in there, it's probably 55 or so. So now you're ready to play. You would take a handful and drop them into the upper tray. And this is the launcher here. The nice thing about pachinko is it doesn't really take any skill, so kids of any age can play this. Obviously adults, older adults, really there's no skill involved. There's some technique in launching the balls and getting them to go where you want them to, but there's really no skill. If you can just launch a ball, then you can play pachinko. So it's just a matter of pushing down and letting that kind of roll off your thumb. Let's see if we can get a winner here. There, so it went in there. The 14 balls release, bang off the bell. They come out here as the prize, and the light bulb lights up the yellow portion of the attraction up in this corner. So that's the way that it functions. So any of these places that you put a ball into, you will be rewarded with a prize like that. And again, 14 more balls. Now the machine is set up so that if you continue to play, you continue to win, and this gets really full. Eventually it will overflow. The balls actually hit a second bell that makes a different noise, and they would come out down here. So if balls start coming out down here, you know you've just got an awful lot of balls up here, not a big deal. Eventually what will happen is this light that's behind the red attraction will light up, and what that's telling you is you're simply running out of balls that are in this hopper. And if you continue to play, probably 10 more or so, then eventually you'll flip this and it won't shoot a ball. There's a flag goes down in there and just stops you from actually playing. At that point you can pull back, empty this whole tray out if you want to, just grab these, and depending on how you have your machine set up, how you've got it stabilized, you can either reach right over or you can open it up if you have it in a cabinet and drop some more balls in. So it is designed to be played singly, but a lot of people will multi-launch the balls. So that's it. It works great. It's a pretty machine. It cleaned up really well. As with any of my machines, I stand up by them 100%. I want you satisfied. They are expensive, and we want you to be able to have a lot of fun with this machine. So I'm always available via FaceTime, email, through the eBay system, however you want to contact me. I'll give you my phone number. You can call me anytime, and I'll help you with the machine. I'll stand behind it. Okay, so thank you very much for taking a look at it, and hope it ends up in your house. Thank you.